Hey, Mission Point Church, this is Pastor Rich. I just want to come to you guys and just say, hey, we miss you guys. We are at work trying to get things together as we're hopefully opening up soon. We've been watching what the governor's putting out, waiting, and trying to make sure we do things right and safe, but at the same time also realizing that we're better together. This time of isolation, I understand for some of you there's real concerns, but there's also real concerns for me too that when we're isolated as believers, there's also something unhealthy about that as well. And so really excited to really hopefully get together here soon, because I really believe that we are better together. And that's kind of our slogan that we're using as we're transitioning hopefully back in the near future, of just this idea that we are better together. So a couple of things to let you know as we're waiting to hear more detail from the governor. The last I've heard is that June 12th, he's going to give more detailed information for churches of when we will be allowed to open and what will be required, and also even the numbers connected to that. So I want to let you know that we are trying to follow that. My goal is when we hear that, if he says that the 14th we can open with a certain number, I would probably wait another week, just because then it gives us that buffer to really make sure we get everything in place and we can really walk through those changes and what you can expect when you do enter into the building, and how we're trying to put safety precautions and cleanliness in place as well. And so those are some things that are really important. The other thing we're going to do is when we start off, we're actually going to probably start off with two services. We will start off with a 9 o'clock service and an 11 o'clock service. We will also be doing a live stream as well for some of you that says, hey, I'm not ready in that phase one to start coming physically, but I'd like to still follow along with our live stream. So that will be made available with you. So those are some things happening. We are at work with a lot of just the safety precautions, things like that. I'm not going to reveal them to you guys yet, because some of that might change based on what the governor puts out there. But once we get that okay to go, then that buffer week, we will get all of that detail out to you guys, so you know exactly what to expect, what to be aware of, and what we're putting in place for your safety, but also so we can gather together, because we really believe that that's important. So we'll try to stay tuned with you with information. And the other thing that I just want to encourage you guys with, because you are allowed now to meet in smaller gatherings, I really encourage you guys to invite some people to your yard, to sit in your backyard and just share some life together, to hear how you're doing, to make sure you spend some time praying for one another, encouraging each other. And I also want you to even take some time to say, where are you seeing some blessings or some gifts of grace throughout this season? Meaning, where have you seen some really just good things? Because right now it's so easy to focus on the negative, that I want you to say, hey, here's where I've seen the Lord show up. Here's where we've seen answers to prayer. Here's where we've seen his goodness and grace, even in spite of what we're dealing with. And the last thing I would say, let's be careful with how much time we're spending on social media. This is a time right now where there's information being thrown at us constantly, and it's really triggering fear and worry and anxiety and anger and frustration. And so I just would say, if you're starting to go maybe too far with it, maybe you need to take a break. Maybe you need to take Sabbath or even a fast from social media and spend more time in the Word, renewing our minds, because this is a season right now where our minds and what we're thinking about is leading to our choices, our fear, our feelings, and all those things. So we really want to encourage you guys, be careful what we're putting in, the amount of information that we're getting that's especially not even always accurate, but spend more time with truth that we know is accurate from God's Word. So I just want to encourage you guys with that. Like I said, keep you guys posted with what we're working on. The other thing too is we have lots of things around the building that needs some cleanup as we get ready. So if you have some time in your hands that you want to come and pull weeds or trim bushes or power wash or things around the building, we definitely could use some help with things around getting things cleaned up. So, all right, thanks guys. Love you. Talk to you later.